Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about trading edge. I think that there's a lot of misconceptions in the trading community about what edge really is. So today, we're first going to define edge. I'm going to tell you what it really means to actually have an edge in the market. And then I'm going to tell you just a couple of tips that I use to maintain and refine my edge over time, keeping me consistently profitable. And I know that that's why you're watching this video. You're looking for something that's going to help you find the consistency in your trading that you've been lacking. So before we get into the content, if you're new, my name is Austin Silver. I appreciate you being here checking out my trading videos. I'm the co-owner and head of trading at ASFX, and all we ask of you to help us reach more people in the trading community is just do me a favor and hit the red subscribe button below me and give it a big thumbs up so we can reach more traders and spread this message and hopefully save people a ton of money. So today, like I said, we're going to first break down what an edge really is. Now, the idea of trading with an edge is not a new idea. You've probably heard people talking about this before. So I was interested to see what my Instagram followers really thought their edge was. So I put a poll on my Instagram story yesterday. If you don't follow me, you can hit it. It's right up here in the corner, Austin Silver FX. I put up a poll and it said, tell me your trading edge. I just wanted to see what people would say to me. Let me read you some of the answers here off my phone. Technical analysis and risk reward bro, and then the praying hands. That was one. Trend following with 3 fire emojis. Second day play, close-er to an answer, but still not great. Another one, higher time frames. That is not an edge, I'm sorry. Risk reward and patience. That's part of, I guess, having an edge. That's part of the skills you need in your edge, but that is not an edge. Another answer here, price action. Another answer, Elliott wave. You get the point. No one really is able to give me an idea of what their trading edge is. Now, I think that that's because there's 2 specific parts when you define a trading edge that you have to understand. The first part is that the idea, the trade, has to be unique, tested, and traded well by you. And what I mean by that is it has to be something that you understand, unique to your mindset. And then it has to be tested, meaning back tested, proven profitable, and then you want to make sure you're live testing it, small at first, and then growing in your size in those trades by you. You want to make sure you're the one testing it correctly. Now, I take edge one step further to give you that second piece that I said earlier. The second piece of the edge is that you don't just need it to be unique and tested and traded well by you, but you also need it to be very specific, very detailed, to the point where I believe for Forex traders, now I'm not going to speak for other markets because I don't trade other markets, but for Forex traders, the ones that I know are the most consistently profitable, they are slaves to their rule system. They're slaves to the details in their trading blueprint, in their strategies. So when I say I take it a step further to be specific, that means I want specific entry signals, specific exit signals, very detailed risk management, and I want to know how to factor in the probabilities of any potential trade setup that I see. So again, an edge is something that you test, that's proven profitable, that's unique to you, and that you trade well. And you want to make sure it's very detailed. Precise entries, precise exits, and precise risk management are 3 of the big things that I look for when someone tries to define their edge to me. So once you have your edge, now you can get an edge by getting educated, finding a mentor like me or someone else that's consistently profitable, and modeling what they're doing. Have them share with you the plan like I do in my courses, right? And if you want more information on my edge, I put links down in the description to this video for you, on our starter pack, on everything. But once you have that edge, you then want to test it. And it's important that we acknowledge that there's so many different types of edge in the market, in all of the different markets, that no one should ever try to tell you that your edge is wrong. I would stay far away from people that are that outwardly negative towards someone else. I've seen people make money with breakouts, pullbacks, ranges, scalping trades in different markets, macro trades in different markets, meaning long-term trades in different markets. There's so many different types of edge. It doesn't matter what you do, just make sure you have a repeatable process and that it's an edge comprised of both of those components I talked about in the previous slide. You need it to be unique and tested and traded well by you, and you need to be specific and very detailed. Having both of those, you want to then test the edge. Go to the demo account, go with a small live account, and test that edge to make sure you're executing it properly. And again, don't let anyone tell you how to trade. You test it, you prove it, you go do it. No one can tell you how to make money. Only the market can tell you if it works or not. You want to keep in mind, and this is a big point, that we are living in a data-driven age, meaning I don't think there's any room for feelings when you talk about the details and the precision that should be in your trading plan and in your edge. So when we have high frequency traders and algorithmic trading machines basically controlling the market, because majority of the units of currency every day in the Forex market are being controlled by algos and robots. If we know that, and we know that they're not acting on any feelings, we want to remove as much of the feelings as we can from our trading so we can be as close to robotic as possible. Now, I'm not saying ignore your emotions. I'm definitely not saying to do that. You want to be aware of how you're feeling so you can adapt and make corrections as needed. But if you can systemize, if you can automate a piece of your trading process, a piece of your edge, for example, the risk management, the entry, the stop loss, the take profit level, if you can automate that, take the feeling away out of that, you're becoming more like these robots that are just consuming the data, and you're going to trade as close to like them as possible, which is what you want to be doing. So again, you want to make sure that you're automating, systemizing, really putting details to every piece of the edge that you can, and you want to remove emotions as much as possible. And the only way to remove those emotions is by having those detailed rules to the edge. How do you get in? How do you get out? How do you know when it's breaking down? How much size should you put on it? All of that can be detailed beforehand, and that can remove the emotions from the trades. So something that I recommend you do every single day, first, of course, is record and review your winning trades. You then want to make sure you're going and looking at the winning trades and trying to tweak the parameters of your system, making sure that you're not doing anything wrong, making sure almost that you're not leaving money on the table. And you want to then figure out what you're doing best. Look at your biggest winners. What are they? What are the unique qualifying factors of those big winners? And you want to get bigger in setups like that. You want to live by our company motto, which is do less, do it better, do it bigger. It's what we have on, I'm not wearing the shirt today, but it's what we have on some of our shirts. And that applies to your edge. Do less of the things outside your edge, do it better, right? Get better at your edge, and then get bigger in your edge. That's it. Again, you can block out everybody else. You don't have to worry about what they say about your edge. All you have to worry about is if it's proven profitable and if it's profitable for you in the market. That's it. It doesn't matter what anybody else says, and you shouldn't worry about anybody else's edge. You should be worrying about finding something that works for you and doing less of it, doing less of the outside stuff, doing better in the edge, and getting bigger in that edge over time. That's where you need to be focused. I would define edge this way. If you want to write it at the top of your notebook, tested signals plus discretion of us as the day trader is the edge. The tested signal for us is our A1, our D1, and our D2 entry signals. Those are the three edges that we teach in our courses and that I'm using every single day in the Forex market. So those signals plus discretion, meaning I'm able to look at each setup, each signal, each edge. I'm able to look at it and grade it based on probability factors. That's my discretion. That's the edge. So edge is not complete by just having those two parts of the uniqueness and the tests and also having it very specific. That's not it. It also has discretion of us as the live trader on top of it, because even today in the market, we had two really good potential trades. EuroCAD and GBPCAD. Both of them could have broken out long. However, with discretion, we were able to use the parameters of our system to say, hey, these could be better. These are tested signals, but they could be better. So we're going to turn away from it. And that was my edge today. And it worked out well, because if we had gone long, we would have been stopped out because it completely tanked and fell lower. So it's important that you understand the edge comes from the tested signals, the details in those signals, and you applying your discretion and your knowledge in the market every single day. So 3 things that you got to keep in mind when we talk about edge. First, edge is only going to be as unique as you make it, so you have to be specific. Now that means putting in the work, using parameters to grade your trades, and then figuring out what will be the highest probability setup for you. Even if you take my course and you learn the A1, the D1, and the D2, you still will come in and apply your own characteristics to what we teach, and that will craft your edge. It's not going to be exactly like me. It shouldn't. That's not what I'm trying to do. I want you to be self-sufficient. So I want you to find that edge on your own, but I give you a really great starting point of rules and parameters to base it off of. On top of that, the systems in the playbook, each system should have its own edge. For me, like I said already, the A1, the D1, and the D2, each one of those signals has its own edge. It has its own stop loss, its own risk management philosophy, its own risk management approach. It has its own entry signals, its own everything. Those are 3 separate edges that can be used in the market at any time. And the last thing you want to keep in mind is that edge really will only show its value to you over the long period of time. So you need to give yourself time as a trader to develop the edge and really fall in line with the edge. And again, don't be too rigid that you won't be flexible to change as the edge needs to change. that's the biggest thing. I think for me, if I had stayed in the one strategy that I thought I was trading well in 2016, I would never be here in 2020 still trading. The constant evolution, the constant ability to grow and willingness to learn has allowed me to evolve the edge and make it more profitable year after year after year. So to sum everything up in just a couple sentences, edge is unique to you, it's tested, it's proven profitable by you, and it's very detailed, it's very specific with entries, exits, risk management, and parameters to grade each setup. How do you know if it's an A or a B setup? You should be able to tell based on the system in your playbook, and that's what creates your edge. So I hope this video gives you some information on what you should be looking for when you're trying to find your edge. If you're not consistent, you need to find an edge. You don't need all three that I'm teaching you. You need one. Master the A1. Master your one good entry, the one thing you're doing best right now. Make sure that if you find what you're doing best, before you go and put real money into it, you test it with a demo account. Test it with small money. Once you're really confident in it, then put the real money in. That's your edge. You're going to feel so confident to put the money in that edge that it makes your likelihood of consistency that much greater. So again, I hope this provides you guys with some value on how to find your edge and how to keep yourself always growing and always moving forward to the next level of your trading career. If you have any questions or if you have anything that you would like me to dive deeper on in this video, just drop a comment down below. I'm more than happy to answer anything. If you want some information on our edge, what we teach in the course, and how I can kind of fast track your learning curve, guaranteed, all you got to do is hit the links in the description down below. I'm more than happy to help you with that as well. We would be happy to have you on the ASFX team. So until the next video, I appreciate it as always, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next trading video.